President Biden will meet with Governor of Florida, Ron DeSantis, during his visit to Florida today. I want to bring in Congresswoman Cammack, who is a Republican from the state of Florida. Congresswoman, I'm sure Biden's going to be generous. Do you think he's going to give out aid based on race, as implied by Vice President Harris?
I can tell you, as ranking member, Stu, of the subcommittee on FEMA for the Homeland Security Committee, that no, aid will not be distributed based on whatever box you check. Aid will be distributed to all Americans in need, regardless of who you are and where you come from. That is a fact. And I've said before, they need to hire Mr. Clean for their press secretary in the White House. All they seem to do is clean up the mess of Biden and Harris.
It's going to be a very interesting meeting, though, isn't it? I mean, President Biden and Governor DeSantis, they are political rivals, whether we like it or not. And here they are, the president hanging out largesse in DeSantis' state. How do you think that meeting's going to go?
I think that the media is hoping that there's going to be some sort of blow up. But truth be told, I honestly believe that this is going to be somewhat of a nothing burger. We have seen how these major storms can really define major political figures' careers. And so I'm expecting professionalism across the board. I expect it to be very much focused on the storms. We're going to put people above politics. And my hope is that the White House does the same. Governor DeSantis has been focused solely on the recovery efforts and making sure that folks have what they need to survive the storm before, during, and after. And so I expect that the president will do the exact same. It would be a shame to turn this into a political statement. So if he comes down here and spouts off about climate change or COVID vaccines, that's going to be a really bad decision on behalf of the White House. Congresswoman,
despite DeSantis' warning, 4 people were arrested for looting in Florida, and 3 of them are illegals. Congresswoman, this injects the migrant issue into the hurricane situation. That's I'd call that a complicating factor, would you?
Well, listen, you and I both know, Stu, that Biden has done everything humanly possible to avoid seeing firsthand the crisis that he has created at the southwest border. So as much as I would love for him to go visit the 3 illegals that are now currently locked up in Lee County Sheriff's Office in their jail, and really seeing firsthand the effects of his open border policy and what they're in jail for, looting in a crisis, I think that we need to be one team, one mission. I think that they're not going to mention that. I think that is going to just be something that is in the periphery. But again, I go back to, we're a Second Amendment state. It's pretty foolish for people to play stupid games when we're in the middle of this. So as much as I'd love to see that, we're going to remain focused on recovery efforts.
I've got 30 seconds left, Congresswoman. Should the migrants be allowed to work in Florida cleaning up the mess?
If they're here illegally, that is not acceptable. We have plenty of people responding. I've seen license plates as far as Idaho and Montana. We have an all hands on deck. America is responding to this because Americans, we don't leave people behind. We are an all hands on deck effort. So as far as the illegals that are here, that's just unacceptable.
Cammack, Congresswoman Cammack, thanks very much for being here. Much appreciated. Always. Thank you.